everybody. Welcome to Phil and Dave's Excellent Adventures. Just Dave here. Today I'm talking to you about the movie Love Lies Bleeding. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you are concerned about spoilers, you might want to go ahead and watch the movie first before you watch this review. So, Love Lies Bleeding, a romantic thriller film directed by Rose Glass, from a screenplay she wrote with Weronika Tofilska. It's set in 1989. It's about a relationship with a bodybuilder and a gym manager. The gym manager has a crime family, and the bodybuilder gets involved. So, as far as what I liked about the movie, overall, I thought the cast was great. I really liked Kristen Stewart as Lou. I thought she did a good job in this. Katy O'Brian as Jackie. This is first thing I've seen her in, at least. I believe she has a bodybuilding background in real life. Ed Harris, of course, is always great. He's really fun as Lou Sr., Lou's father. He's got the creepy, like, long fake extensions and everything else with the bald head. It's really funny. I really like Jena Malone in this. I didn't even recognize her at first. I guess partially because she's constantly, frequently, got bruises on her face. But yeah, she was really good in this. Anna Baryshnikov was also good. I'm not familiar with her too much, but she was very annoying, which I think she was supposed to be. And Dave Franco. He's I like Dave Franco. I don't think he's as problematic as his brother, so I think it's okay to like Dave Franco. But yeah. Other than that, I also liked the cinematography. A guy named Ben Fordsman did it. He worked in Saint Maud, which was Rose Glass's last movie, and a TV show called End of the Effing World. I like the music by Clint Mansell, which is funny, Mansell. But I saw him like, I know that guy's name. What do I know it from? He's the guy who did Requiem for a Dream. The Requiem for a Dream soundtrack. The song Lux Eterna, it's called. It was used a lot. They used it in the Lord of the Rings trailer and stuff like that. He also worked on Sahara, Moon, Stoker, and he's in a band called Pop Will Eat Itself. That's cool. I like the soundtrack in this. It's set in 1989. It's got a lot of 80s songs in it, but stuff that I didn't really know, that I wasn't as familiar with. It wasn't a bunch of, Rush, Tom Sawyer, and like, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which again, I love those songs. Nothing wrong with them, but I always appreciate when a movie set in a time period like the 80s or 90s, whatever, doesn't go the obvious route and use the big, hit songs at the time. It uses kind of more less popular songs, I guess. I thought the visual effects in this were really good. There's some really cool, I assume CGI kind of muscles bulging and everything, and veins popping out with Cindy. What's her name? I forget her character's name already, but Jackie, the Jackie character. I thought there was also some really good actual like special effects, actual practical effects. They were done by Robert House. He works on Breaking Bad and True Grit, but yeah, he worked on True Grit as well. But there's a part where James Franco's face, again, this is spoilers, I said before, James Franco's face gets kind of busted up and his jaw is kind of hanging off and everything. It looks great. Yeah, it looked really good, and I really appreciated that. I feel bad not crediting the visual effects guys, but there's a bunch of guys and women. There's a bunch of them though, so I don't really want to go through, and I'm not sure who worked on what. Overall, I did like the story. I thought it was pretty interesting. I kind of didn't know where it was going to go a lot of times. It was the kind of thing where it starts out like, okay, what is this movie? Okay, it's like a romance. It's like a blue is the warmest color type thing. All right, cool. I get it. No, not more. Now it's more like a Coen Brothers kind of crime mystery kind of thing. Oh, now it's like a Cronenberg body horror type thing. Okay, now it's Doma or it's Natural Born Killers. Like, okay, and I actually did kind of appreciate that. There's a lot of I don't know if it's tonal shifts exactly, but I didn't know where the movie's going to go, in a good way, I think. I think the movie's also pretty funny. There's a lot of funny scenes. There's one part that made me laugh out loud where Dave Franco is like, "Hey, just don't make me look stupid, or just don't make me look like an asshole," and then he like trips over the step, which is really funny. I like the movie's weird. It is very, very weird, and I had heard it was weird, and going into it, I knew it would be. I know A24 makes these kind of weird movies and stuff, so yeah, I did appreciate it though, and I appreciate that the movie was kind of sexy without being, in my opinion, at least, pornographic. It seemed like partially because I think it's directed by a woman, and the women involved are also, I believe, queer or lesbian or bi, not straight at least. So I think there was a little bit more attention to detail, and it was a little more, I don't know, better done than I can see maybe someone like me would do, I guess. As far as what I disliked about the movie, it is maybe just a little too weird. And the only reason I say that is just because, and just me personally, I sometimes have a hard time understanding, like, okay, wait, did this really happen or not? Because at the end, she basically turns into like a giant. And so I'm like, wait, okay, not is she actually supposed to be a giant? I assume that's not, and like it's like a metaphor type thing, but she's holding him down. But then again, she's strong enough she could be holding him down normally. And then they're kind of running off. And then it looks like Kristen Stewart is kind of flying because otherwise the leg height doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. They're normal size. They're back to normal at the end. So it's like, okay, all right. I think the movie doesn't exactly have a very good message. Not that all movies have to have a good message or anything like that, but I don't know. I think maybe it's just the American part of me, or the just very wholesome kind of image or naive part of me that just I don't know wants, if not the movie to have like a good message to it, at least if I'm going to root for these characters, I want to root for them because I like them, because they're good characters. And in this case, I'm like, they're really not. And I mean, you could even argue that, okay, they don't have to be good characters. They can be bad people. The story is just about their love. It's about two people who are, drawn to each other and who make bad choices, but, it's because they love each other so much. But then it's like, I don't know, but Jackie tried to shoot Lou when she killed Daisy. So like, and of course, the heat of the moment, she was upset or whatever, but it's like, yeah, that's not good, man. That's not a healthy relationship. I mean, of course it's not. There's a lot else going on there. And like, I do think Jackie deserved to be in jail. Like, as far as I'm concerned, murdering JJ was fine. Dave Franco, his character was a piece of shit. That didn't bother me. But killing Daisy was too far. Like, I mean, Daisy wasn't a bad person by any means. She was annoying and she had ugly yellow teeth, but yeah, she didn't deserve to die by any means. Like, and then attacking the contestant too. So yeah, hopefully, I don't know. It's kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want these people to get away with it. I don't want these people to go on. I want, the police to catch them. And even like, I'm like, okay, you know what though? If nothing else, Lou is not that bad of a person. She had a bad dad and she kind of was accomplished to murders and stuff like that, but she didn't really do anything bad. But then she finds out that Daisy is still alive and she gets out and strangles her. Again, it's kind of funny. It's supposed to be dark comedy. It's supposed to be that kind of ending, but it just left me a little unsatisfied, I guess. So then that movie is directed by Rose Glass. Before this, she did a movie called Saint Maud, which I have not seen, but I've heard good things about. So I definitely need to check that one out next. It's written by Rose Glass and Weronika Tofilska. She did Love Life, The Patient. She's also directed a bunch of stuff, including an episode of His Dark Materials. Not really familiar with her at all. I don't really know what the budget was on this one. I didn't bother really looking into it too much. I don't know, probably 20 million, something like that. It's one of those, kind of so far it's made about 2.8 million. This is not exactly a movie that's designed to make a lot of money. It's an A24 release. They tend to do kind of weird stuff where at least I know they've talked about getting into more commercial stuff, but so far, other than Everything Everywhere All at Once or something like that, most of their movies are, not big hits. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes on this one, critics like it. They're at 92%. The audience is very close at 89%. So most people seem to enjoy it. And I assume most people who are watching it know what they're in for, and so they're getting what they like. The extensions that Ed Harris wears in the movie, he initially wore them as a joke, I guess, but then Rose Glass thought they were funny and she liked them, so they kept them in the movie. I'm glad they did. They are funny. I like them. Fire score on this one, I think we give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really well made movie. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I didn't love it, and like I said, I don't know. Maybe I would have appreciated if the characters got a little more of their comeuppance or just weren't such terrible people or something. But yeah, I think it's a good movie. If you liked it, then let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you here again next week.